Let me tell you the background of this video. You might have seen it. It was February. We're iced in here in Dallas, Texas. So we don't do hard water. So if we get a quarter of an inch, you know what the ice is like. The ice freezes over, everything stops, nobody leaves the house. We're frozen in the house. Now I have 4 children. They're grown now. They're in their 20s. So my daughter says, hey, what are you doing? And I go, I don't know. What are you doing? She goes, let's make a video. I said, okay, let's make a video. And so we stuck an iPad up in the kitchen, and we turned on this new song called Uptown Funk that had just come out. And I said, wow, that's pretty cool. And she made a video. And, we actually filmed it twice, literally, twice. And mainly the second time is because the first time it fell over. So we didn't get the whole song. So we did it another time, and we had that little video that you see playing. The thing was that she put it out there on Facebook, and she goes, hey, I don't know what you're doing. We called it the Ice Day Challenge. And we sent it out to our relatives. And we said, I don't know what you guys are doing on this ice day. This is what we're doing. And she sent it out there, and the darn thing took off. And the reason why I want you to see, because you might have seen it. You might have been the ones that have helped it go viral. There's a definition of viral. And the definition of viral is 5 million views in 7 days. Well, have you ever had a video out there that did a little more than you thought it would? See, that's not my world. It's my daughter's world, maybe not the millions, but it's not my world. I put stuff out there all the time. I get excited when I go, look, it was viewed. Woo! The first day it was like, holy cow, in an hour we got 1,000 people looking at this thing. Are you kidding me? 1,000 people? Oh my God. And then it was like, within an hour, another 2 hours, 3 hours, oh my gosh, it's been shared. It's shared all over the place. This is so awesome. Holy cow, 100,000 people after the first day. You're kidding me. You're flipping kidding me. This is crazy. And then we lost a week of our lives. Because you don't do anything else. You just go refresh, 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 refresh. And at one time, it was getting 1 million views every 3 hours. I know. So we hit 7 million in 5 days. That video, that stupid video, is at 13 million views. It's been shared 250,000 times. I get asked about it all the time. Oh my gosh, Mike. That video, when are you going to make your next viral video? And I go, well, we didn't actually make the first viral video. We're sort of victims of the viral video thing. We didn't create anything. We just kind of did what we were doing, and it took off. And all of a sudden it hit me. Holy cow, that's so true. That is so true. That video, they asked me, how long did it take you to make that video? And I go, that video took me 24 years to make. My daughter's 24 years old in that video. That video took me 24 years. My wife and I worked hard on that video. We did. We put a lot of time and effort into that video. You create a family, and they go, I don't understand what you mean. I go, well, we created a culture in that family where my daughter was, first of all, comfortable enough with her father where she could go, hey, let's make a video. And I was confident enough in her that she wasn't going to make me look like an idiot. I was wrong, but I was confident that if we were going to be idiots, we're going to be idiots together. And she put it out there, and all of a sudden it took off. And we hit like 7 million in 5 days, and it was crazy. The second day, we got a call from America's Got Talent. I'm not joking. They call us up and they go, we love your video. We love your act. And we go, what? And they go, yeah, we want you guys to come be on the show. We're like, I don't understand. Be on the show for what? They said, oh, no, this is going to be great. You're going to be great. America loves this stuff. I go, well, wait a minute. Isn't the premise of the show to find something to move on to Vegas? There's no act. What are you going to do, roll out a kitchen? I don't understand. What do you want us to do? She goes, no, America loves that thing. Americana, dad and daughter, and if you was my wife, the family thing, they love the thing. And I go, so wait a minute. There's no way for them to move us on because there's no act. So the most they can do is pat us on the head and go, you guys are really great. No. So you want us to be rejected totally on national television? She goes, well, you're not going to win. We said, we're good, thanks. Thank you very much. That little video was shared 250,000 times. And the reason why I bring it up and make such a big deal about it is because there were 2 camps of people that sent us notes. Because we got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of notes. And they prepared us. People who have done this type of thing have said, just get ready because you got to have a thick skin. Because, people there's curmudgeons out there. and they can get behind a screen where they're anonymous, and they're going to say the meanest things. Just get a thick skin. We had hundreds of notes. We had one negative one, and that was from my nephew, and he is a curmudgeon, and we expected that. So that's fine. That's fine. All the others fell into two camps, and they said one of two things. They said, boy, that video reminds me of, or I sure wish I had that group, that family, that relationship, or that really reminds me of my family or my daughter or my dad or my crazy siblings. And it was two things, and it really made me think. You know, I go to work every single day in a family. I go to work every single day where I spend more hours with you during the week than I do my own family, my biological family. You know what that makes you? That makes you family. My gosh, it's even in your paperwork. It's in your bylaws. You belong to a company that was started by family. My gosh, we're run by family. We call each other family. But there's something that I think that is a great message to end a day on. And you hear it all the time. Mel started out, she says, we are not the victims of what's going on. We actually create. We can overcome anything. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, do something. Be active, do something. You can change, you can do it. We had Gary talking about, it's about being authentic. It's about owning the customer experience. And he talked about how we create this experience through culture. Training is important, but it's got to be part of who we are. Well, it's in the verbiage all the time, but my question to you is, how do you create an example where you go, yeah, this is the way we do it? At the Hoffman household, we're not afraid to put up an iPad and just go nuts. I will tell you this, when it gets cold outside, this is what happens. I surveyed the top 100 people at our gathering today, and I asked you, as leaders, as managers of a wonderful organization, a family company named Whataburger, what do you love about your organization? I mean, what makes you wake up in the morning and go, I get to do this again? Here's what they said. They said, you know what I love, Mike? I love working with people that don't show up. I really do. Give me a call out to make my day just interesting. Line them up, an entire shift. Would you guys get together and coordinate this? I don't understand. I love that. You know what I love, Mike? I love the customers. I do. I love the crazy ones. I love the ones that will visit every store in my area and just go nuts about what they can't have. It's fun. It's like they spread the evil just evenly around everything. It's fantastic. No, you're complaining. We don't even serve Sundays, okay? Move on. I love that. You know what I love, Mike? I love clean-outs. I love the fact they clean out all of the wipes. That's what we do. Please, take all of the ketchup, which, by the way, let's talk about ketchup for a second. I just heard that the numbers on the bottom of the ketchup are not different flavors. We've been going to Whataburger forever. I mean, I live here in Carrollton, Texas. Whataburger is a staple. As a matter of fact, my daughter, who's getting off a plane this morning, every time she flies, because she's a speaker like her dad, she even sent me an Instagram. I would show you if I had an opportunity to say, hey, I've landed. And the first place we go is a Whataburger, and we know that there's a difference between the ketchup. So hearing today that the number 2 ketchup means nothing different than the number 1 is, I'm crushed, and I almost didn't come on. Today. It was a lie. It was all a lie. I don't know how it got started, but it was a lie. You kept pushing the spicy ketchup as being different. We're going, no, number 2 is so much better than number 4. And we didn't know. So I have to take a picture because Mel did it. I'm going to do it too. So everybody, raise your hands. Let me see you. Give me some lights. Whoa, this is for Allie. Yeah. All right, that's for her. So I surveyed the top 100 people, and I asked her, I said, how many people do you have working for you? The most common answer was, 3 out of 10. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means either. How many people have that one customer by name? You know what I'm talking about? That one customer by name. That one customer that you go, oh no. Anybody have that one member that's retired, that team member that's retired, but their body keeps coming into work every day? You know? I'm talking truth here. This is real talk. Who's been doing this more than 5 years? Where are you? Raise your hand. Be proud. Woo! Leaders, where are you? Oh, I know it's a veteran crowd. How about 10? Where's my 10-year people? Yes. How about 15 years? Get them up high. Nice. 20 years. 20 years, just raise them. 25. Help the person next to you who's trying to raise their hand. Just, they're tired. They're exhausted. How about 30 years? Where are my 30-year people? Woo! Don't even care. How about 35? Anybody 35? Where are my 35s? Anybody 40? 40 years. Anybody 40 years? Raise your hand high. How about 45? Anybody 45? Wow. Okay, now it's a race. All right, who's 50? Who's 50? Be brave. Let me know. Anybody 50 plus? Anybody? How many years, sir? Yeah, somebody help him. He's tired. He's exhausted. He's going, I don't remember. It's over 75, I think, something like that. I started when I was 7. What do you want from me? He's angry and bitter. We were all jaded back then. That was all right. How many years? 48. How many years? Really? Is that true? Okay. How many years? 48. Give the kings of the room a round of applause, please. "48 years. That's fantastic. You know, that's one of the things I've noticed about this organization is when you're in, you never leave. That's a very, very good sign. It really is. That means you're part of something. You're part of something. You actually, the words mean more than just the word. It's not just family. How many, 48 years, has that list changed in 48 years? Did we have people issues 48 years ago? Yeah, it was supposed to be you two, technically. It was just you guys, but that was about it. But, you know, obviously they're not sitting by each other, so you had a lot of issues with each other. I'm not talking to him anymore. I'm done. Did we have technology issues 48 years ago? Yeah, it was different technology. It was different. Remember this technology? Anybody remember this technology? Now, some of you don't know what I'm doing. This is the way we made copies back in the day. It was not that long ago with the blue paper. Remember that technology? Some of you do not know. You were not born during this technology. This was our drug of choice back then. You could tell people who made a lot of copies because they're like, yeah, no, I'll make copies for you. Sure, absolutely. It's different technology. I want to talk about you. I want to talk about what is our role when we create this. What do we do when we create this? How do we create this? Because, you know, if you don't approach it on purpose, it doesn't happen. If you don't own it as a leader, nothing else happens. You know, there's an old expression that says, the fish stinks from the head. That's you. Ha ha. How do we, Javier? Is that right? We want you to be around for 48 years like Nick. We want you to be the king of the room. How do we help you understand the game? The game. I mean, look at our kings from the room. He's sitting by the back of the door because he's been through a million of these going, this better be good or I'm out. I'll be honest with you. I'll be out. Javier is right in the middle of the front section. He's got his pen out. Let's go. Let's learn something. So great. We want you to be around. So you got to understand the game. How do you own it? How do you become that person of influence? How do you do it? What do you do as a leader, as a manager? How do you do this? See, Javier, your goal. Your job, Whataburger, leadership, management. What's the difference? My world, my job. Nick is trying to pass on. Okay, your job. Your job. It's a tornado. That's you. How many would agree? Yeah. Don't sugarcoat it. Do not sugarcoat it for him. He's got to know. I know we come to these gatherings, we go, oh, Whataburger, woo, and everything is blue. We bleed orange, yeah. And then you go home and you open the door and it goes, and you go, 5 o'clock. We'll see you guys later, okay? Have a good day. right? Here's the problem. Problem is, according to the kings of our room, this tornado's been around for 48 plus years. You know what that means? In the next 48 years, guess what? Same tornado. We're going to have people problems. We're going to have issues. We're going to have systems and process changes. We're going to have competition. You're not going to be in the best restaurant location. You're not going to have everything work perfectly. You're not going to have hired properly because you were desperate and you made bad choices. And the tornado will rise, sometimes to an F5 finger of God. And I know that's very challenging because last night we actually had a tornado right here locally. And there were people that were actually harmed, and 2 people lost their lives. So this metaphor is a little ill-timed. And I was really contemplating, do we want to not use it? But the reality is, it is challenging, isn't it? You are going back to a whirlwind, to a crazy life. You know, we bring people into our restaurants and we say, come be a part of this. But sometimes we're so crazy in this tornado, we forget if the tornado's been around for 48 years, then the tornado's really not the problem. So if the tornado's not the problem, because this is the way it is, this is called business. So if the business isn't the problem, then what's the problem? Over here. If we can just get Javier to understand that what he says and does inside the craziness of his job is everything. See, our speakers were right today. We create this. There's got to be a way that we do it. And yes, I can tell you how to smile, and I can tell you all the words to say, but the fact is, if we're not living it as leaders, if we're not holding people accountable as managers, if we don't understand the game of how we get somebody who doesn't even know us to come be a part of our restaurant experience and help them understand the words that are in all of our papers and up on the plaques, then we become the victims of our culture. And there's a lot of things we can blame as opposed to the masters of our culture.